spilling our blood, we'll count our privilege. The wind that which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty.
Hello, Biafrans all over the world, lovers of freedom. Good evening. I want to welcome you to this wonderful evening episode. I want to say thank you for being here with us. And it's my pleasure to be here as well myself. Like we promised, I will be coming back with Mazi CHINASA today to continue as we look forward to our 30th of May Remembrance Day of our heroes and our heroines who paid the ultimate price in the defense of our motherland. And we want to welcome you to BTVEurope. We are all on all platforms. We are on Rapture Media, IPOB Rapture Media. We are on Biafra Echo. We are on Radio Biafra Live. We're on Twitter and also on my Telegram Live. So this evening, I'll be putting out series of questions to Mazi CHINASA, who is also a member of the Directorate of State, to have a little conversation with him as we look forward to the 30th of May, which will be happening in the next 1 week. See how time flies. So it's my pleasure once again. As you join us, I would encourage you to please share this program, tag your friends, and make sure that the people around you participate, because 30th of May is always an interesting day of remembrance. It has become our tradition. It has become part of our lives, and we have already adopted it and will continue to maintain that historic day in history. Very, very important for Biafrans all over the world. And today, Mazi CHINASA will be addressing issues as regards to the event of that day. And I would like him to come forward. Mazi CHINASA, welcome to the program. Good evening. Good evening, Mazi.
Mazi Patrick, good evening. I hope
Good
I'm coming
evening,
out very clear.
Mazi CHINASA, you're welcome to the program.
Ndewo nwa Chineke. Mazi Patrick Ikem, thank you so much for bringing me back to this program. As we promised Biafrans in our last broadcast, that I will be coming back here to speak to Biafrans today. And thanks to Chukwokika Biama, we'll be able to make it, because sometimes we may have some assignments or responsibilities that may make us not to feature in this program. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, my name is Mazi CHINASA. Mazi CHINASA served the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the IPOB Directorate of State, and I come from Obingwa. Obingwa is in Aba province, and this evening I'm here to continue to educate our people, inform our people, because we are in a period where a lot of misinformation are being circulated, blackmails, and our 30th May is here. This is the month that everybody should remember as we march towards down the 30th May, the day we are going to commemorate all our fallen heroes. And this evening, I'm here to let our people know, as we are coming closer to 30th May, Biafrans all over the world, what we are expected, security measures we should also implement, things that we're supposed to protect our people. We know the insecurity is spreading very fast in Biafra land. And as our 30th May is approaching, it's always a time the Nigerian military and the government agent provocateurs would like to set Biafra land on fire. Thank you, Mazi. We can start the program now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. It is also our pleasure to have you because we know how tight your schedule is, and we are happy that you are here once again. Just like you promised that you're going to be consistent in these few days as we draw close to 30th of May. And we know that we have just 1 week to go. What does this period entail? Can you please educate Biafrans? Because we've seen a lot of people get some level of distraction here and there. Do we use this opportunity to call the mind of our people back to the task that this period entails from now till the 30th of May and going forward, Mazi?
Yes, Mazi, thank you so much. This month of May, like we all know, because we don't have to come and repeat certain stories about what 30th of May represent or what the month of May represents. A couple of days back, we saw those who fought the war. I mean, the head of state to Nigeria during the Biafran Civil War released his autobiography, telling his own stories, because everybody would like to give his own perspective of and narrate his own personal stories about the Civil War. If our people are really keeping good attention, you ask yourself, why did he decided to launch the book in this month? Some of our people don't know the reason why. That is why we say the whole of month of May, and we heard also in a couple of weeks from now that um, the BBC is also going to release a documentary, a 75 minutes documentary about the Biafran Civil War. Some of our people may not pay attention to these things. If you remember in 2021, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned, BBC also released a documentary against IPOB, which IPOB we battled them. This month is when most of these institutions who are enemies of Biafra, for you, you might not understand while most of those their programs fall in the month of May. They are significant and they know because, like the British documentary they are going to release, they said it is at the heat of the succession, another succession of people from the southeastern part of Nigeria. Because most times they are so scared to mention the name Biafra. That is why we want our people to pay more attention in the month of May. Apart from that, what we are doing is what we're supposed to do. People always, Master Patrick, I'm getting some messages that you should increase from the studio. The volume should be increased. That the output is a little bit low. Can you look into it?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Program director will look into that. Go ahead, Mazi.
yeah. So it is a month. Our people, like in my last program, I asked our people, this is a month they have to tell, because some of our parents, some of our uncles who fought in this civil war, some of them are yet to tell their own personal experience. As you know, history are passed through oral history, written history, and through this either autobiography or biography of people who led those civil war. It is something once in a year. Many countries do commemorate all their fallen heroes. It's a duty for all those who fought for what we are witnessing today. And we are still fighting to make sure Biafra is restored. Mazi, during this month, it is also a month for Biafrans to keep records. You see, there are things we have not done all these years. I want every Biafran to listen very, very carefully. For all these years, we do commemorate the dead for over a decade. IPOB, we do commemorate the dead. But there is one mistake we have always done. All IPOB members who have fallen in this journey, we have not officially included them when we are, because we have a reading, the prayers we do carry out every 30th May. We only read the names and the most of the people who died during 1967 to 1970. We have forgotten there are people who fell to the bullets of the Nigerian government during the Massob period, the Zionists. There are people who were killed. We're not talking about IPOB members who have been marched, who have been gunned down since 2015 till date. And those who has fallen, we have not been able to include them, to update, and the leadership, for many of them who are waiting for the prayer that we normally read on every 30th May. Some of you might get it in a couple of days, but it doesn't stop you preparing because the leadership is updating the list, especially IPOB members that have died in this struggle. They died because of Biafra. Their names will be included in any prayer we are doing any moment from now. And I am happy most of the coordinators who kept the records. I know the number of people they have. Most times we might not be able to read everybody's name, but we must read majority of IPOB members who died along this journey. We must always remember them. We must always pray for them during this period. One thing people don't understand, some believe the dead, somebody when he's dead, he is gone. But they don't know the spirit also controls the physical, like how they normally say. I can tell you and I can tell Biafrans that most of our people who died along this journey, especially during this IPOB regime, most of them that died are not happy wherever they are. Mazi, there is an agony in the land of Biafra. Among the dead, agony of many of the dead are disappointed of what is happening today. The dead, IPOB members who died along this journey, who found out that their life was wasted based on lies, propaganda, and today those who championed, who brought them out for the struggle, are now speaking from both sides of their mouths. There is anger in the land. And as long as this leadership is here, it is our duty to put everything that have gone wrong. It is our duty to rebuild the confidence of our people. It is our duty to do all the necessity to make sure that this struggle did not collapse until Biafra is restored. Biafra will come. Biafra will come. Only that most of our people are not analyzing and watching things the way things are being carried along. I want to draw attention for those who are not on Facebook. If you are not on Facebook, because sometimes if you are listening on Facebook, you can't do any other thing on the telephone. You can go to IPOB Community Radio, our app. This program is coming live on that IPOB Community Radio. You can go there to listen. You can, and it is a low consuming app. You can go there, listen through IPOB Community Radio, Radio Biafra, Garden Radio, Simple Radio. You can always get IPOB, this live broadcast, IPOB Rapture, Radio Biafra, BTV, both on Twitter, everywhere this program is transmitted. So, Mazi, we are expecting a lot from our people. The commemoration of the 30th May, like the leadership have decided, is going to be a lockdown on 30th May. Why I said I am here to guide our people, to clarify certain things, because the enemies are always there. They want to cause havoc. We have seen in Biafra land people, some flyers people are circulating, especially these flyers is coming from some states, Iguacha, all these places. People claiming that on that 30th May, that they will gather. They are telling people to gather by 10 a.m. in the morning. They will gather in a place to celebrate the 30th May till 6 p.m. And I'm using this opportunity to tell Biafrans wherever you are, the order is very simple. The instruction is very simple. Do not gather. It is a total lockdown. No movement from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Anybody asking you to gather this period in Biafra land wants to sell you out to the enemies. I repeat, if anybody asks you to gather during this period, they want to sell you out to the enemies. Within the past 3 months, the number of IPOB members being arrested, adopted by the Nigerian security forces the number is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I can tell you during the time we were fighting the enemies, during the time we are confronting these enemies, both on social, the auto criminals and all these people, IPOB officers, IPOB members have not been adopted in such manner. A couple of months back, when I raised alarm about our people coordinators being adopted, these blackmailers and all these fraudulent people in this struggle, they came out on social media trying to downplay that I am saying it to put fear in the minds of people who wanted to go for a protest. This is how they play with the life of our people. And at the end of the day, those that were adopted today, most of them are in Abuja. Nobody talks about them, but the blame will come to the leadership of IPOB. Their families will abuse IPOB, how they send their people, and nobody sent them. Of recent, some of them are taking instruction from a wrong direction. And today, they are being arrested, they are being detained. Some few days back, we saw a group of people, somebody controlling them. They say they're controlling them from diaspora, from Germany, or I don't know who is controlling them from Germany. Because before that time, we got audio reports about people being threatened if they don't listen to this person, if they don't listen instruction from here, that they will be dealt with. Unfortunately, we found out this group of people gathered under instruction, not under the leadership of IPOB, that they are discussing. And there is an instruction in Biafra land. There is instruction in Biafra land that meetings should be very, very, not everywhere that meetings are being allowed people to carry out meetings. It is strictly on approval for security reasons. And this group of people, we don't know who sent them. They gathered and these people snitched on them. And today, and the Nigerian security forces raided the place. Today, all of them are in detention facility. These are IPOB. Some of them are elderly men. They did nothing, but somebody have deceived them. Somebody have sold them out to the security. Many people are continuously doing these things. I will tell you, for the past 4 or 5 months, as some of you or some people are on social media making noise, the enemies are picking information of what is happening from here. Those who want to destroy IPOB for their own selfish interest are giving out enemies the clue, giving them how to get IPOB members. And I can tell you, many IPOB members for the 4 or 5 months, there have been always adoption, arrest. There is always somebody snitching at them. This is what we are facing. And we don't want, as 30th May is coming, because already we have seen some enemies threatening that let us come and do 30th May. Those who I do not know what they are looking for. I do not know what they want. People have died in this struggle, but they are ready to share the blood of Biafrans again because of their ego. They are ready to share the blood, not the blood of the enemies, but the blood of their own people, to exert power, to exert authority. And that is what this leadership want to make sure that it doesn't happen. We don't want, people have died enough from 1967 till date. Biafrans have died enough. Our blood have been shed for the unity of Nigeria. And of recent, the Nigerian government and the criminals colluded, if it is T.Y. Danjuma, and continue to share the blood of our people. And that is what the leadership of this movement have always been against. And that is why today we are seen as rebel. We are called all kinds of names. Because we telling our people we can get Biafra without killing our own people. 30th May is fast approaching. Only in diaspora that are protest people are allowed to gather. Only in diaspora, not in Nigeria and not in Biafra land. In these two places. But people can protest. If we do have what we call candle night, the Nigerian government already, this is the first time this is happening in this struggle. The first time that Nigerian government has pushed out a huge amount of money for people to leak information of where Biafrans in Biafra land will be having their candle night. And they are not expecting to arrest you. The instruction that are given to them is to go there anywhere Biafrans are having candle night on 29th. They want summary execution. They want massacre at that particular venue. I am saying it on radio this night, so that tomorrow people will not say, nobody told us. Because what they are planning is to kill our people on 29th of May. And you will see them, because they have nothing in their brain. They have nothing to move this struggle forward. What is only in their mind is destruction, killing, blackmail. They want the blood of our people to pour on 29th of May so they can come and jump on the social media on 30th to claim that the DOS have killed our people. That is only what they know how to do. They have no better plan on how to move this struggle forward. They have no better plans. The only thing they know is kill and destroy. Kambambanako, that is the only language they want. And besides, election is coming. They want to make much noise until they get some contract on election matters. That is all what you see they are doing. And they are ready to share the blood of their people. They are very, very ready. Ready anytime, any day. Therefore, Biafrans, all coordinators, I am saying this thing. This is an instruction from the IPOB leadership. As we are going to do to candle night, there must be a complete clearance from the IPOB leadership for those conducting candle night. There are many agent provocateurs that are already inside this movement. Some of them are silent because they know what happened during the last 3 years, 4 years. So the new set of infiltrators this time are a little bit very careful. But Allah Biafra will expose all of them. And I want to say something. I want to say this thing. For the past decade, every movement will never remain in one tactics, one strategy throughout the struggle. And the people are growing. We are getting older. This attitude that people comes on social media and threaten men and threaten people who they will kill, who they will burn their houses and clear their property. This attitude must stop. This attitude must stop. This behavior must stop. I am saying it very clearly today. Let the ones or any unnecessary threat, let threat come. Anybody coming out to threaten any IPOB member to kill, especially most of them who goes to Sokoto, that is the message they always come back with. Who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will kill. Not only those who go, even the people we sent to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto. These are the messages some of them come back with. The messages, these are some of the messages given to the Directorate of State and to many IPOB members. Tell CHINASA Nworu, tell Chike Doziem, Chukwudi Ofoma, I will kill them, I will wipe their families. And the person saying these things, he's the only one who knows how to wipe people's family. Those who can advise all of them going to Sokoto should advise them. Because some of the people are claiming that they don't see this threat. I am an Igbo man. I am an Ngwa man. I will be the last person you will threaten with death when I do you nothing. And I will forgive you, or I will go and sleep, or chicken out. You are not the only person who knows where they sell petrol to bomb people's house. You are not the only one who knows where they buy bullets to kill people. You are not the only one who knows those who can kill. I am an Ngwa man. I am a born warrior. During this month, this should be the last time we will be hearing those kind of threats from people that we are in IPOB, whom we were feeding with our own money. We turn around to threaten us after 10 years, 11 years, because of your selfish interest. I am saying this thing on radio this night for every Biafran to know. We must put a stop, because this is how we took it for granted. They killed our Biafra land coordinator, Mazi. They killed him. And when he was killed, when we start raising alarm that this guy was killed by the auto criminals, messages came. Don't say he was killed by the auto criminal. Say he was killed by the Nigerian government. I said I will not say that because I know the people who killed this young man. We have their record, and some of them are still on the run, and some of them are now back in Aba. Some of them have now gone to Sokoto and come with another instruction. This month, let it be the last month where threat, let the threat come from our enemies, from the Nigerian government. But threat must stop coming from people we know who they are, what they represent in this struggle. Should be moving around on social media, threatening who to kill and who not to kill. This is unacceptable. And today will be the last day. I am saying it. This month of 30th May is the last month somebody will threaten any IPOB member. Any IPOB member anywhere in Biafra land. People in Biafra land are paying huge prices. If you don't know, they can't be paying these prices at the same time you are threatening them because they are not dancing to your own tune. We have IPOB members who joined this struggle with their brothers and sisters. We have IPOB volunteers who came along in this struggle with their siblings. Some of them, their siblings died in this struggle. Some of them, their cousins died in this struggle. Their family don't want them to come back. They said, until you will get Biafra because you took them to go to agitate for Biafra. Our people are behaving like they don't know what is happening in this struggle. That is the deception some of our people are exhibiting. It is mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing, Mazi. Some of them, we know. Some people are traveling. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the DSS custody, many of them go to visit him, drop all their informations. Even those who are in diaspora, people know what they belong. They go. They all went to the DSS. And they're back. We don't have problem. Some of them also, and when you go to DSS, you will drop your NIN, your telephone number, 5 pages of paper you will be given to fill. Your bank, your NIN, your BVN, your Google account, everything, your telephone number, family members, everybody. The DSS have every information. They're tracking down people. Some are also going to Sokoto, but people going to Sokoto, the DSS, even these people that they saw what they are doing on social media, attacking and doing everything, they go to Sokoto, they go, spend in their hotel, eat and do all this, and they come back. They continue attacking the leadership that doesn't go to Sokoto. Nobody arrests them. Nobody is picked. Nobody is being harassed. But ask yourself, in Biafra land, IPOB coordinators are still being hunted down. ESN officers, operatives are still being hunted down. That they did nothing. I mean, ordinary IPOB coordinator, even ordinary unit coordinator, they are hunted down in Biafra land. They are hunted down. I will give an example. Let me give Biafrans an example what is happening so that we must be very, very careful. And I'm going to give this example with somebody, a name. I'm going to mention his name because now it is on this radio platform that we were told. There is a young man called Sopruchi Ochiolo. Sopruchi Ochiolo was an IPOB principal officer when Ikechukwu Ugwoha was the coordinator in Abia State. Ikechukwu Ugwoha was arrested in detention. Sopruchi became the deputy coordinator in Abia State. I think for 8 months when Ikechukwu Ugwoha was in detention. When Ikechukwu Ugwoha comes out from detention, Sopruchi Ochiolo, because if I don't give this example on radio, people will not understand what IPOB is going through. The kind of sabotage, even in this 30th May, what we are witnessing in Biafra land. Sopruchi Ochiolo, while being the deputy state coordinator, during this period, he brought all kinds of demand to support him as an IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not in detention. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there. This young man, he said he is working for IPOB as a deputy coordinator. He's a young man. He has gotten to the age to marry. He has not married. He wants support so that he can get married. I do not know about other people. Maybe he told this issue. He came to me, and my deputy may be listening now. I don't know how they get to know him. Maybe through Ikechukwu. When he complained about he wants to marry. I told him, okay, it's a good thing if you feel you can take responsibility of a family. I mean, this was like 2018 or 2019. I gave him equivalent of $500 at that time, which is like 150,000 naira at that time. I supported him. My deputy also supported him almost with equivalent amount of money. Say, go and marry since you have found somebody you want to marry. Fortunately for him, my deputy was at home during that period. During that period, my deputy happens to go to grace the occasion and also give him another physical cash after the marriage. On the process, Ikechukwu Ugwoha have come out. He didn't get up to a few months. He said he needed a high purchase for Keke so that he has married now. He wants to get something to take care of his family. He ran to me also. He said he wants to put for high purchase. He wants to give something for high purchase to get. These money are not coming from IPOB purse because IPOB have known they don't have this provision. They don't have it. Some of us are doing these things based on Onurube Nwanna. And at the end of the day, we supported him to put up a deposit and get the keke so he can feed his family. I don't know if it is up to 8 months. He come up with a story of house rent. I told him, Mazi, you have been working. Does it mean you can't pay house rent? He talked. The next thing I heard, he called me from Senegal. Told me, Mazi, I left. He abandoned the IPOB family under his care and left for Senegal. I told him, what happened? How did you come to Senegal? What is happening? He said he wants to travel abroad. He wants to move forward. He has some plans. I said, really? I said, okay. All the best. After some couple of months, he called me again. He told me he needs some money. He wants to buy a laptop. He wants to start doing Yahoo. I told him, Mazi, this is an insult to me. For you to call me and ask me that to give you money to buy a laptop you want to use and do Yahoo. This is a completely insult to me. I can't do that. So that is what you came to Senegal to do. You say you want to go forward. You say that is what everybody is doing. His friends that brought him. I said I will not do it. I was very furious. I told him, you're a shoemaker. Why not go back to your business? He said he don't want to go back to the business, that people knows him in the line. Things was difficult with a lot of stories. I told him, If you are in Senegal, go and join the IPOB family there to continue there since you are outside. As I'm saying this thing, the Senegalese, those in Senegal can bear me witness. The Senegalese coordinator can bear me witness. During his period, I don't know whether he spent 6 years during that time. All kinds of report. I never hear that even he got money from Senegal, return home, do some Arabanco in Aba, and return back again. When he returned back again, he started calling me that his death was calling him. He was depressed. He's sleeping on an uncompleted building. I say, really? I called the coordinator. I say, what is happening? This guy I introduced to you people. The coordinator now tell me a complete different story. Tell me this guy has been a pin on their ass. He eats in the coordinator house every day. Toothbrush, he could not buy for himself. When they ask him, he said it is the leadership that sent him abroad. We don't know anything about this. I was very furious. At a point, some people in Senegal start calling the leadership that this guy will die in Senegal. We managed to raise some money. People in Senegal raised some money and sent him back. When he returned back, I think that was 2024 or early 2025, he returned back to Biafra land. I told him, he called again. I said, go and find something to do. If you are, I asked him something. I said, you got money from Senegal. Come home and spend it. Why you didn't use that money? Start buying shoes. You're a shoemaker. Buy shoes, send to Senegal. Do something for yourself. Why? He said, excuses, abundant. I neglected him. I told him, you've went abroad. You have seen how all of us are in abroad, how we are getting the money and supporting most of you at home. When consistently he disturbed me from Biafra land, I told him, Mazi, my hands are tight. I have many responsibilities. I can no more support. I told him, if you're going back to business, I'm ready to support you. But if it's to give you money to buy a computer and start Yahoo, that since you came back, you can. I said, I'm not doing it. I warned him. I said, don't call me for those kind of things. That is how we have become enemies. Suddenly he have joined Autopilot and he followed Autopilot people. Now went to Sokoto to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Since he came back to Sokoto, he is moving everywhere in Aba. Family unit, trying to tell them he was in Sokoto. He was instructed to come and gather people together, bring everybody together, that the DOS have betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The DOS are no more, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have sacked them. They are no more working with him. He continued moving around in some IPOB families until some group of people dealt with him that he was talking rubbish. Now, because he have joined Autopilot, he has started threatening IPOB coordinators, IPOB members. You see how they used to create problem? Do you see how they create problem? Now, him and Autopilot groups and the people he's following are is the major people who assassinated Ikechukwu and ran away from Abia State. Now they have regrouped again. You know why? We have a lot of issues. People in Biafra land, how they are sabotaging this struggle. Today, he is threatening people, and this matter have come to the table of IPOB leadership. The leadership is taking a very drastic action towards him. A very drastic action. Because this is somebody we know very well. The same thing they did in 2021. People who were meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS custody, they come out, they talk to many of our coordinators. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't. These are messages coming. For those who used to say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the detention, he's in the detention. When 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people or more goes to visit him and come with the same message. Come with the same message of whom he's going to kill, whom he's going to destroy their lineage. And the people want us to keep silent. People who are old in IPOB want us to keep silent. And they are threatening our people, killing our people, adopting our people. Only we. People are being threatened for one thing. You are running from the Nigerian DSS. You are running from the community saboteurs. You are running from IPOB members. Now you are running from infiltrators inside IPOB members who are threatening you. What did you do? What did you do? Nothing. Nothing. Why I'm saying this evening, people should know the challenges going on in Biafra land. For the fact that your own state, what you are having in your own state, that we are not coming to talk about it because we believe most of this issue we solve, just like in Cross River. We have one of our sisters who, throughout the autopilot period, she was being threatened, dragged. All the men in Cross River disappeared. They joined autopilot. This young lady and few other people stood, restore IPOB in Cross River, maintain. Today, they are looking for her head. They are threatening her. They want her killed. They want her arrested. They are planning evil against her. Shame on all of you. People who never think evil against you. This month, it's unfortunate, it is in the month of May, some of this rubbish, some of them are bringing unnecessary issues to distract me and you from not being focused on this commemoration period. It's a time for prayer. It is a time to remember. It is a time also to support those who lost their people during this period. We are not in this struggle for our own personal reasons. Maybe as this program will proceed, I will talk about the need to institutionalize this movement than to individualize it. What people don't understand is what the leadership is going through. Blackmail, lies. I hope that they even have a better point. I hope that they even have a better point to blackmail. They manufacture name. They say, call him this name, so that he will become very angry. What do you think? It is a name I have never in my life come across, never answer. You think a name I've never, do you understand me? Worship. I would say born Christian, grow up as a Christian, and even today, if you say categorize, we are all Christians. Yes, we may not believe in many of the teachings that is happening, but somebody to come up and say, start calling him this name. And if they tell you where that name originated, you will be shocked. Who gave that instruction says, start calling that name. And the person said, start calling that name, knows me. That never in the history of my life have such name be attributed to me. But they thought, if we call him that name, make him angry, because they have planned, they have collude with people, with this thing to come to pick CHINASA from Kuwait. And they failed. They tried to make all their problem, but they failed. If they tell you that those whom you are protecting, championing, are in conspiracy to come to bring CHINASA, most of you will never believe it. And some will come on social media, be talking rubbish. Forgetting the government is looking just to link. Because all the link they are bringing, it have bridges. It is not connecting. All the lies, the blackmail, they have no information. Government even saying it that this is rubbish. They gave a name. Government say this person don't have this name. They do this. They bring picture. Government say this is not him. They found out you are all blackmailers. You are blackmailers. Blackmailers. When people counter you with the truth, if people want to correct that wrong narrative, to tell people, no, this is not how it is. Jericho. Not everywhere. Because you are telling people what exactly is happening. If we want to go far from this struggle, any day this leadership derail from telling the people the truth, any day this leadership eliminates integrity among the leadership members, any day this leadership decided it is blackmail and lies they will use to get Biafra, we are gone and gone forever. Write it down. This movement, we shall succeed. One thing I will tell everybody here, nothing that is happening today that has not been told. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he knew everything happening today. Call our people, both those who are the prayer warriors, those who, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was at home, going Biafra land, these prophecies were given to him that a day will come like this. But you know, when you tell somebody some truth, he became uncomfortable. He became uncomfortable. Ask him, those going to visit him, why is there people, God give people the gift of a prophecy? Why? Sometimes most of the prophecy is for you. There are good prophecies. There are prophecies for you to prevent certain things. There are prophecies for you to be able to be careful in anything you do. If those going to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, did he have any chance to correct some of these things that are happening today? In one way or the other, was he prophesied about this? Did people not told him? Instead, he was not comfortable with the truth. People told him. Anybody in Ebonyi, those who are in Ebonyi, remember in 2017, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to Ebonyi, was he not prophesied? Was it not a prophecy was reading to him what is happening today? That they will catch him again? How many people gave this prophecy? But did you take it serious? Did you see the signals? It is wrong for a leader to become Eza Amarebami Fonwa. That is what we are suffering today. What we are suffering today. And the leadership want to put a stop to most of these things that takes the life of our people unnecessarily. People may not like what I'm saying, but this is what we are facing. Every day an IPOB officer is arrested. It is a very difficult moment for us. Because everybody that have been arrested since the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have they released anyone? Don't that show you how serious this issue are? Every day you come, the people come to lie on social media instead of to prepare our people what is about to come. The dangers lies ahead. Mazi Nnamdi, the same problem we were having when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the detention facility. When we want to initiate a way, how do we handle this issue? You will be brushed aside. You will be called all kinds of names. He's coming out. Forget about that thing you are talking. When you bring solutions, say, let us do things in this way. Let us not go this way. You will be attacked. You will be called names. If you have an information to share, to say, use this, we have to do this to prevent, to block this, they will tag you, you are working with Nigerian government because you have access to certain information. They will say all kind of blackmail. Today, after 5 years, they've sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. The same group of people that are doing nothing, that are not making any move to see how this issue will be resolved. They tell you he's coming out tomorrow. Don't worry. They go to social media. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming. People from January, they were threatening he's coming out in April. They were threatening people. He's coming in April. He come out, he will kill you. He will do. Do you think you are helping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or you are putting him in a more tight corner? What do you think you are doing? Why I am touching this issue, because I didn't want to touch this particular issue, is because of people being adopted in Biafra land. Because of double communications, deceptions. And we are entering that stage where people are being adopted. Talk about people are being adopted. They tell you it's a lie. You want to make people to be afraid. Afraid of what? Even the lion himself used to be scared. When something jams him the first time, you will fear first and go back before you come to reinforce. Fear is part of a human being. Is fear only they call you are afraid? Every human being, anybody who tell you he has no fear in him means he have no fear of God. Because fear is a conscious thing. Even though you are going to face your fear, first you have to replan on how to face your fears. Many young IPOB members, I'm saying it, they are missing. And for that reason, I want every IPOB member in diaspora and those in Biafra land, as we are updating the list for the 30th May commemoration, make sure that the copy you will receive are the copy that spelled out IPOB members who died in this struggle. They are part of our martyr, those who have given their lives. Make sure, because in that list, we will make sure we will list the names of those we have that died in Afarupi Beku, died in Mpo, died in National High School. Missing ones, like I said, there are missing people, which we will include their name. We are not saying they are dead. Sometimes people say they are dead, but we assume they are not dead because they are declared missing for now. We will also pray for them. We will pray for them. That's why in my last broadcast, I spoke about that in this 30th May, we want our people to hold the pictures of our dead heroes and heroines. It is a commemoration of the dead and not for the living. And after I finished that broadcast, I start to get, as usual, people, their way anyway. They start, there are people, they misinterpreted it. But with all honesty, what I said is how it is. You don't commemorate the dead and the living. You don't take the pictures of those who they say they are missing. You join with them with those we are sure they are dead. You don't take the pictures of those in detention. You join them, say, because they are there. If we are making protest, we can take the pictures of all those in prison, those missing, those jailed. We can raise their flags. We can raise their pictures. But this time, we are doing commemoration of the dead for the heroes and heroines, and our record will flow from 1967. We know we are not taking all the names, but these are names that we must pencil down for record purposes. I know when Biafra comes, the list will grow bigger and grow. People will bring in pictures of their people they lost during the Biafran War. Mazi Patrick, I will stop at this particular point so that we'll be able to pick up another topic or another question.
Great. You've taken a lot of time to explain to our people. And it's also very important that you take all the time because our people need that explanation. A lot of issues need to be clarified. Mazi, we've seen stories of threat against the members of the Directorate of States coming from certain quarters. But I remember that in one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcasts, he said that any day we kill Biafrans, that Biafra will not come. With the level of the killing we have seen in Biafra land, even with the activities of Pilot and Simon Ekpa, and with the threat that we are getting today from that quarter, is Biafra still coming? Because it's important that we ask this question, you know, with the level of killing we have seen, we've even seen communities being chased out. We've seen people being terrorized by people who claim that they are enforcing sit at home, that they are putting pressure on the government. You know, is the Biafra still coming? Based on what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that if we kill Biafrans, that Biafra will not come. Mazi, are you ready to answer that question, or I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
put
Mazi.
other
Mazi.
questions?
Mazi. Any question for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I hope there are people who are going to Sokoto to meet him. There are also a way he may listen to this broadcast. I will not answer questions meant for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he said any day we kill our own people, that Biafra will not come. From the clear point of view, that's to show what we are fighting is for freedom for our people. On that process, we shouldn't kill our own people. That Biafra will not come. Of course, I believe in that. I believe. And that is why we maintain, because that is the right thing. But if along the line there are people he gave support, Mazi, on Radio Biafra, you could remember when I come and I asked the people from Olo, all these areas, that these criminals, I said it on Radio Biafra. I said, even the security, the locals that are brought there, they should stop killing. Killings that have happened in Olo need restitution. They need restitution. Because the number of innocent people killed in Olo, Mazi, Olo can never have peace. It need that's why, as we are doing also 30th May, I want us also to put in prayer those innocent Biafrans killed by criminals under the coverage of they are fighting for Biafra. They should be remembered also. Because they were killed innocently. There were people that were killed just because they saw an ID card from them. ID card. Knowing quite well that our people are still using ID card. Nigeria, we are not yet a country. You saw an ID card and with somebody. You tell him no, you are a Nigerian agent. You saw somebody working in INEC. You saw somebody working with one authority or local government, this thing, you tell him, you kill him, forgetting that he is working. He's earning his living from there. Mazi, Biafra will come. Why I tell you Biafra will come is because what is happening today has been prophesied. And as we walk towards it, by the late 2005, with the instructions, with the informations, intelligent gathering we were gathering, it became clear. That was why I was, from October last year, I was screaming what was about to come the first 6 months. It will still go. It will still go because we have defeated a part of it, but because of this election coming, we are going to see another grade of criminality. But they're going to use criminality also. We have finished the internal one. I'm telling you, they are gone. All these criminals you see, forget about them. I don't mean that people shouldn't respond them when they talk rubbish, but They are gone. The face we are going to meet now is because some of them is going to work for the politicians. They want to make money. And you know, when most of these guys want to make money, they do anything they can do. They can do undoable. Because if you go and check their track record since we started this struggle, you'll find out that, man, now what happened? Because many people did not know that as we come here to shout on a daily basis against the politicians, that one corner they were dining with the politicians. They were dining with the politicians. They were being controlled with the politicians. We never knew. Money were exchanging hands. In every election in state, 4 to 5 candidates, they collect money from them and give them heavy promises. And when you talk, they say, I hold your life. I do anything I want to do. That is not why we are here. And I will be the last person to play this kind of rubbish game. I will not. I will not. Even heaven falls, I will not. I am not hungry. I am not hungry. Apart from being hungry, I'm a man of self-accountability and deep-rooted immorality. I have conscience. What we are doing involves people's blood. People are fighting. They use their life to fight for this Biafra. The last thing you will do is to betray them. After talking about Biafra in the morning, you go another place and talk about a different thing. It's better we fight for this Biafra until we die. But let we be remembered. In Mazi, we just have a short period to lay down our legacy. I'm telling you, can you remember the richest person in Biafra land in 1820? Can you remember who is the richest person in 1704? Can you remember? Can you even remember? If they ask you now to remember some people, will you ever remember them? Will you remember them? You can't remember. It's only a period of time. So if at this period, what will be remembered is for integrity, which we found out is now lacking in our society. There are no men of integrity. There are no men of integrity in this struggle. Not only in this struggle, in Biafra land, few. Every one of them can betray you just by some bunch of naira or dollars they wave on their front. They lack principle, they lack integrity. And if you lack these basic things, you have nothing to do in this Biafra struggle. Mas, I can categorically tell you this night that Biafra will come. Biafra will come if we listen and understand that if you watch how many years now, the kind of pressure we have put Nigeria on, are we shooting them guns? No. Are we shouting Woto Woto is the code? No. But is Nigeria at rest? No. Nigeria is not at rest. And nothing will stop us. Nothing is going to stop us from continue to agitate. I continually tell people, today, France is saying they are setting up to repel. Mazi, are you there? I'm hearing a strange sound coming out.
Yes, I'm here, Mazi. Go ahead.
Mazi. Yeah. Today we are hearing France is repelling all their colonial policies. Every colonial policy, they are repelling it. If you see France repelling these policies, why? Because there have been an outcry, pressure from the French countries, French African countries that they have kept down for centuries. The same thing happened. I said it in our last program. The same thing happened to King Leopold when he was in charge of Congo. His rulership, his colonization tactics in Congo, it sent outrage the whole world. That the Belgium have to ask him to hands off from Congo. The Belgium, this is somebody respected with castles everywhere. He brought money to Congo, to Belgium. They told him to hands off. They cannot continue this way. The same thing we're supposed to be doing to Britain. The same thing. We have not campaigned enough, embarrassed the United Kingdom enough in places that even their citizens will say, hands off in this contraption called Nigeria. Let people be free. Because they have refused to change their foreign policy towards our land. They are still controlling our place with their colonial policies. And if we don't campaign, any day the British decided to lift their colonial policies in Nigeria, Biafra will be free. That's why we can never lose focus. And I want everybody to wait for their documentary coming out. As soon as the documentary comes out, we will take the documentary. Anywhere they lie, the world will know that they have lied. It is a 75 minutes documentary coming out from BBC, and we are gladly waiting. Mazi, Biafra will come. Biafra will come. It's unfortunate that for some years we spent time trying to protect the image of IPOB, trying to hold the image of IPOB. Mazi, it is unfortunate and it is very disappointing. I will say it on this place that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, some people come on social media and say he's in prison, he's not talking anything, wait until he comes out. One thing, do they forget that he's giving a sentence, a longer life sentence? That if he wants to make some corrections, he can do it while he was there. Because he had all the opportunities. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had the opportunity when he's coming out in Kuje. He had all the opportunities. When he was coming out in the court, will anybody say that he didn't have chance to speak? From time to time, people don't know how he started speaking in the court. It was people that walked towards it thinking that he will use that opportunity to disassociate himself from what was happening. But instead, when he comes out from the court, he will threaten people. He will call some people to go for message, say, call Avid, call people. And I am asking every IPOB member who is a critical thinker, ask yourself, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out from the DSS custody coming to court, has he ever mentioned IPOB? Has he ever mentioned the leadership of IPOB openly? Has he ever said anything pertaining IPOB? If you have anyone, show me. Maybe I didn't know when that one happened. But he is free to come out. He talk about Avid, talk about raise money for him. That they will hyper him. He will greet some people. He never greet the IPOB members who are coming to the court before they're being threatened. He never tell them to continue to support for the freedom. He never mentioned IPOB members. The IPOB leadership tried all they can, telling him to disassociate with him from Simon Ekpa. We were mocked. The brothers, every one of them, do campaign, do broadcast for that. They call us all kinds of names. Every day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out from court, they will mock us that the message we sent for him that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wala anyị n'ala. It was all there. Are they not seeing it? Didn't they see it? We tried all we can to do what? For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to disassociate himself from the criminality that was happening in Biafra land. Because we believed in him. If there was something he was doing, he never opened his mouth and told us. Instead, he make a memo, give to one of the lawyers to publish that he banned us. He don't to talk about Simon Ekpa. And I can tell Biafrans, all those things he was being controlled. I don't want to say certain things. Some politicians, some governors, because they were bringing money to his family members, they told him, don't disassociate yourself with that guy. If you disassociate yourself, you are not going to come out. He maintained. When I was telling people here that Simon Ekpa was sent to infiltrate IPOB, most of you were talking nonsense, but I'm happy that today, those who went to visit him, some of you he's speaking to, he have told you the truth. He have told you how he brought in Simon Ekpa into IPOB. because of money that was given through somebody who told him that he wants Simon Ekpa. He's bringing somebody to, he will bring Simon Ekpa to be part of the leadership. If not, they will not bring money. That is how he brought Simon Ekpa, want to impose it in the leadership. And today he's blaming us that we would have accepted Simon Ekpa and managed him. Had it been we managed him, he wouldn't have caused the problem that happened in Biafra land. That is his excuse. Some are saying, you don't send somebody to Sokoto. We have sent people to Sokoto through proxy, through many ways. Ask them the message they come back to. Most of you, if you hear the message Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave to them, you will call me and tell me, CHINASA, don't talk anything good about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't even defend him any longer. Call people. There are people who have visited him. Call him, ask them, what is his message to us? We kept silent because of those who have died in this struggle. We continue to march on because this is a divine movement. No man born on a woman will stop the restoration of Biafra. Mazi Ndewo.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you for that clearance. We continue to be optimistic and continue to do what is necessary for Biafra to come. We've spent over an hour. You know, you have taken the entire broadcast, and that is quite interesting as well. Now, let's go into the 30th of May proper, because very soon we'll be rounding up. What do you expect? Though I know you've given some little highlight on the 30th of May, but I want us to look at, you talk about security implications. I want you to go back again to reiterate, because our people, like you said earlier, find it very, very difficult to um, they find it very difficult to obey authority, especially when they feel that they have, because most of the problem we've always had in IPOB is that as soon as some people feel that they have direct access to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they no longer have regard for the leadership. This has been a problem even before now. Some people will even tell you that they take instruction directly from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even before now. But it is important that you reiterate again the security implication of people gathering against the instruction of the leadership, against the advice of the Directorate of State, that people should not gather because of the danger that is associated with it in Biafra land. Mazi, is very, very important that we reiterate this call once again, so that because we've seen the occasions where people actually went to protest, even without informing the leadership. The one that happened in Aba some time ago, without informing the leadership, and they got shot and got injuries, or were killed and all that. How do you reiterate this point again and make it expatiate more and make it clear for our people to see the danger of gathering on 30th of May or 29th of May, as the case may be, Mazi?
Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi, I found out that your voice is like repeating. I don't know why, but I don't know if I'm coming
I
out
mean,
very clear. You let me.
yeah, I'm supposed to be on the screen, but I don't know why I wasn't brought on the screen. But all the same, I believe that you got my question. That
Okay, Mazi,
is it still
Mazi, I got your. Mazi, I
repeating?
got your question. Yeah. No, I got your question, but am I coming out clear so that
Hundred
because now
percent
we
from my end. Yes, go
okay,
ahead.
okay, Mazi. Mazi, 30th May is coming. Number one, I would tell you Every IPOB member, if you call yourself an IPOB member and you are in diaspora, you are expected to attend this 30th May commemoration. No excuses. If you are also an IPOB member, this struggle you left because of one thing or the other in the past. And you still have, you know that there are no much thing. It's Biafra we are looking for. You still can come to IPOB Memorial Commemoration. It is a time also for reconciliation, for commemoration. You have to keep all your grudges as long as you know you did not partake in criminality, in killing our people. You are welcomed, Mazi. And if you watch the couple of weeks, many countries are preparing seriously for this 30th May. From the United States of America to UK, Belgium family, Russia, Italy, Spain, and many hosts from Middle East, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, everywhere. Go to Asia, Vietnam, Japan, South Korea. I think people are seeing all the flyers are coming up. You come to Africa, people are also there, and it is on a Saturday. Many people have no reason why they should. And we are expecting after the 30th May, whether you organized at homes, at halls, at private places, protest, every country must submit a proof that they participated in the commemoration of Biafran heroes and heroines. Mazi, there is also one thing I want to touch. You know, some people in Biafra land, even in diaspora, yes, we do accept there are people that are inside this struggle with emotions. They are not seeing what we are doing as an institutional project. Mazi, history shows consistently that institutionalizing a movement is far more effective than relying on a single charismatic leader. History have shown that. I am not the one who is saying it. During a struggle for freedom, individuals are inspired. It's understand. With time, people are being, inspired. They will come out and lead the people. But when you build an institution, it will sustain the momentum that can last and outlast the oppressors. There is no two ways about that. And when you build the Biafra struggle as an institution, you are guaranteed of continuity and resilience. Do you understand me? Immediately you said, this project, we wanted to outclass individuals, to outlast individuals, outlast the oppressions. You have guaranteed the people, those who have invested their time, their life, you have guaranteed their continuity and resilience of that movement. We have seen in the history, when a leader is imprisoned, exiled, or killed, any movement that centers on an individual often collapses. I am not the one, this is what history has taught us. When you institutionalize a movement, build it on a clear ideology, distribute leadership, organize the networks, and absorb these shocks. If you're able to organize them and absorb this shock, I'm telling you, Mazi, no oppressor, no enemy can destroy. And the question Biafrans have to ask themselves, is this Biafra project institutionalized or is individualized? Which one do we want? In freedom fighting, from experience we have gotten, you know why they said you can't destroy IPOB is because of the complex strategy and complex coordination in IPOB. Do you understand me? You cannot, because our coordination is very complex. And you can find this from the old people who have been in IPOB for a very long time. Mas, let me give you an example. In this region where we are living, do you know that people retire at work at the age of 45 years, while some people in Nigeria are still looking to be employed? 45 years. I mean, the people started work at 20 years. Some started at 17, 18. Immediately they finished secondary school. They joined the police. By 45 years, they have retired. They continue to take indemnity. Some of people are saying, we need, though they will tell you you can extend up to 55, but it's very difficult to extend anybody to 55. Very, very difficult. If you put it, they will retire you. So some are saying, with 22 experience, we need people like 30 years experience who can be able to coordinate things. You understand me? Because people are just, by the time you understand, it's new people everywhere. They don't even understand some old things. Things are changing. Now, check on this. A region where people at 45 years, you have finished serving the government, you have retired from the service, you are now a pensioner, and you are free to rock your life, Mazi. You are free to do businesses. You are free. In our place, 45 years is still looking. People of 60 years are still the leader of the youth. 60 years men. Mazi, that is why we want IPOB to be institutionalized. The Biafra struggle must be institutionalized so that people can join this struggle. People will not see this struggle as an individual something. They won't see it as a political party that somebody registered. If you don't like, they pursue you out. It is very wrong. I used to say, our people, you know, when people come on social media, they say, if you don't want to, you go and form your own IPOB. But all of us, you can tell that to somebody of yesterday. CHINASA, I am part from the foundation of this struggle. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they started it, but nobody. I was the part of the people at the early stage, as of 2013. When they start calling we start rising up. From 2013, we are going to 13 years. Fred Onyale, I don't forget him, called on radio that day and told, this thing you are saying we are indigenous people of Biafra, let us stop talking it on the radio. Let us form them around the world. Let people start family. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu start saying, anywhere you are, even if you don't have anybody, start with your family. Start with your wife. Start. Now, yes, some of us, we started gradually. Some started big, some started with their family. But it doesn't mean that you will, because you started with your family, that Biafra will not grow above your own family. Because when people start coming in, joining you, you might not be the right person now to lead. Maybe you might have been old. You understanding me? You feel tired. You may not be able to push because this is a struggle. If you ask the leadership, Mazi Chike Doziem, when we used to talk with others, I used to recommend something. And I believe in that, especially in Biafra land. I always want the coordinators, principal officers, coordinators to be at the age below 45. You understand me? Maximum 50 years. Mazi, I have a reason. It's my own opinion. It doesn't mean that is what I look at something. We are in a struggle where sometimes the security come to invade your premises. If you are older, you can't even run because sometimes Vumkam Makaria statement. I don't know if you get me there. Sometimes the security comes to pick you. You know, when they pick you, it's a different story. If you have an opportunity to jump out from Okada and escape from them, you do it. We are in a struggle, Mazi. But imagine that
Because obviously we are. It's like a paramilitary organization. So just
exactly.
imagine the military enrolling 60-year-old, 70-year-old to handle battalion or coordinate unit. It doesn't happen,
Thank you, Mazi.
you
It
know.
doesn't happen. Yeah, I always suggest, I say, I prefer the boys from 25 to 45. This age, you understand me? Okay, 25 maybe, he cannot get the better. From 25 to, can be, at least he can run, Mazi. He can make one or two moves. He can easily jump out from the bike.
Even
He can
self
even stop.
even self-defense too.
If exactly, these are the things, the ideologies we're supposed to understand. Knowing quite well that uh, um, uh, even people who are older in the military, who are older, they are no more in the, they are no more in the war front. They command from the, from the war room. They give instructions. But always, you need those boys who are not thinking about their wife they keep at home. You need those boys who are not thinking about, I need to get food. Do you understanding me? You need them to handle certain things. When you call him on telephone, you tell him move. He will pick his bag. You tell him, where are you? He said, I am in Onitsha. You tell him, start going to Abuja now. He will not say, let me go and drop chinchin and pineapple for my family. He can go with that. You can tell him, I will buy you jeans on the way. You buy and you start moving. We are in a war front. This is not a social club. We are trying to build an institution that when Biafra is restored, we must have an ideology that will sustain this movement. Mazi, you see, in this struggle, our diplomacy, our international diplomacy, logistics, grassroots mobilization must be very complex. Are you understanding me? That is how it must be very complex. It shouldn't be something somebody just wave his hand, he gets everything. It shouldn't be something, Mazi, look at some mistakes people are doing. You are coming to IPOB meeting, knowing the danger we have. You take all our register from the since IPOB was formed, you are bringing it to the meeting. Any day they bust you, they arrest you with names and the members and telephones of all the people. This is mistake people at home are always doing. Mazi, if there are things you need to reconcile, come with a plain paper. When you finish that day, you go and fill in your form. Then the executives are there. People can, you understanding me? We have now online. You can share some information online with the people, with your executives. Are you understanding my point? This is one of the things I want our people to. That is why there is a need to institutionalize IPOB. People should know the coordination, our mode of logistics, how we mobilize at the grassroots. Not, there was something you mentioned about when people go to Sokoto, they said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them. Mazi, I don't blame those people, maybe because they happen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also is the one sending them some of those things. He's the one giving them those instructions. Why? Because IPOB is not seen as an institution for him. For him, it belongs to him and his family. For him, forget about anything, we tell ourselves the truth. Because you can't tell me that he really wants IPOB to be institutionalized or an institution. He can't wake up and appoint somebody after a decade, appoint somebody to go in Biafra land and start gathering people differently. Don't you think it is better if he have any issue with the DOS or anybody listening, he sort it out? Don't you think so? Mazi, people have died. There are people who are very upset, angry. But because of this struggle, they are holding their peace. And we are holding many. Some people who are not controllable is people who cannot also, do you understand me? We've talked to them, they are also angered. So, Mazi, still on the topic of to institutionalize the Biafra project. If you are doing a struggle, there must be a long-term vision. Do you understand me? If you don't have a long-term vision for the struggle, Mazi, you are doing nothing. Forget about all these rhetorics, I get Biafra there tomorrow, we sleep in Nigeria, and these are rhetorics. And I have said it before. Biafra will come tomorrow, Biafra will come next week. This is a slogan, Mazi. It is not a strategy. It's not getting us anything. These are like, motivational talk. Just a slogan. Tomorrow, Biafra will come. We sleep in Nigeria. People should not misunderstood those slogans or those rhetorics. They are not strategy to get Biafra. They are not plans to get Biafra. These are not strategic plans on how to get Biafra. So if we want Biafra, we must have, because we are talking about a nation, Mazi, we must have a long-term vision, a very long-term vision. Institutions are always formalized with the core values and the goals of the struggle. This thing prevents the movement from shifting or dying alongside a single individual. If you don't have a long-term vision, struggle will die. Okay, let me give you an example, Mazi. When we are talking, people normally they talk about Mandela. They talk about this thing. What did you read about the South African apartheid? The struggle for South African freedom. Mazi, we can't deny the fact that Nelson Mandela was monumental in the struggle for apartheid. We cannot deny that fact. And nobody is taking it away. But those who systematically dismantled apartheid was because of the institutional strength of the ANC. Are you understanding me? Those who systematically and strategically succeeded in dismantling apartheid in South Africa was the strength and the disciplined network of the African National Congress. You can make your research and the global anti-apartheid coalitions. They were the people who strategically, while Nelson Mandela was there, but these people were doing a great job. Outside, Nelson Mandela was not doing anything. Then you come to the United States. We talk about King Martin Luther. Yes, King Martin Luther was very vital. He was the movement through, power. But how did he achieve it? Through the institutional coalition of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in America. That is how he succeeded. It was not only him. It was not an individual something. After how many years? Over a decade, with the blood of people, with the struggle, with all we have passed through, the only remedy you found out is, how do I destroy the struggle? If I come out in 10 minutes, I pick up the radio, call people, everybody will return back. It is impossible. People have died in this struggle. The only good thing we will do for Biafra restoration is to institutionalize it. So that if anything happened to CHINASA tomorrow, happened to Chike Doziem, happened to any member of the DOS, the struggle continues. Without nobody looking backward. The struggle should be run as an institution. Make sure that everything. Let me tell you, Mazi, if we want to institutionalize this thing, you see core infrastructure. You understanding me? We cannot be talking about Biafra only on social media. It is not possible to institutionalize this struggle. That is why you see the leadership trying to put structures, infrastructures, core structures that represent institutions. You see us having a permanent base in Italy, having an open, not in the village, in the bush, having a headquarter in Germany in an open place, having a Malaga. And this year, IPOB is, after our 30th May, a lot of things is going to unfold. IPOB will own infrastructures permanently in some countries. That is a long-term vision, Mazi. It shows that we didn't come here to live for, do you understand me? People get themselves rich and go and join Nigerian politics and talk and start talking from both sides of their mouth. IPOB members who were coordinators, and maybe they are no more in the countries of where they are residing, they changed their bases. They are very instrumental for this struggle because they know how to coordinate. They know how they build families in the countries, how they started. IPOB will bring them back. Most of them will be trained to man our offices permanently. And we will post them from country to country, Mazi. That is our mission. That is the long-term vision we have for this struggle. And it is not you wake up, you call this person, go and take this. Tomorrow you wake up, how you feel, you said it. It doesn't happen that way, Mazi. We must distribute leadership. We will form a collective leadership. We empower collective leadership. It's very, very important. When you form empower the collective leadership, that is the only way you can institutionalize the struggle. If you base your leadership on a single person, just like we have based this struggle for over a decade on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today he has a problem. Look at what is happening in IPOB. Look at what is happening in IPOB. They bring out Simon Ekpa. They found out that he cannot take IPOB. They quickly abandoned him, sent him to jail because he couldn't. They found out he couldn't do the job. They're looking for the next person. Who is interested? We understand the strategy. For the fact that the members of the DOS understand that we need a collective leadership. That is why we remain where we remain. Nobody have any intention to come to take leadership from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For him, what is important for him is as individual. But for we are talking about collective leadership. That is why you see the DOS. The DOS will be expanded. Core infrastructures from countries to country. Mazi, if IPOB have $1 million today, do you know we will have not less than 50 to 60 missions around the world? If IPOB have $1 million today, we will have over 50 to 60 core structures in different countries. That is how to institutionalize a movement. That is how to institutionalize a movement with a long-term vision. So, Mazi, I will tell you one thing. Let me close with this. You know, when you establish an ideology, you must codify them. The ideology must be codified. When you codified the movement objectives, so that every member of IPOB will align. If you want Biafra to come, we align with that long-term vision. Are you understanding me? We align with every IPOB must understand. You codify the ideology. Let people understand our mission. A long-term mission. Biafra should not come today, tomorrow disappear. Just like Ojukwu, after 3 years, do you understand me? Ojukwu ran away. There was nothing again. Biafra collapsed. Uwazirike come the same. Happened to this. Uwazirike collapsed. Is that what we want in IPOB again? No. History have taught us a lot. Let me tell you, if we base this struggle on individualism or rely on a single figure, this movement will be very vulnerable to the opposition. But if we decided we want Biafra to remain, we build a robust institution that will pursue the freedom, it will become an unstoppable system that nobody can be able to destroy, and it will stand the test of time. What we need to do is to make sure we build a robust institution that Nigerian government, the enemies of Biafra, will be difficult to destroy. Without these core values, without all these principles, certain things we don't want to say it, but I am coming here because now we are changing. IPOB have to reform if we want IPOB to survive, if we want this Biafra project to become a reality. We must institutionalize this struggle. We must make sure that we align our members on our long-term vision. That is the only way. Make sure that this struggle is protected. Not one person have the money. If he gets angry, he said, don't give anybody money. And we start afresh. I don't want to be your leader, but I'm happy to be one of the servants of the indigenous people of Biafra, serving under the Directorate of State. Other people are there. We want a collective leadership. And people don't understand the Mazi Chike Doziem. He doesn't come to talk. You talk everything. Why? He is an example of an individual who believes in collective leadership. There is no decision he takes. He will call. Even if he didn't get one or two, he will make sure even 4, 5, 6 people of the DOS. You can't see that man take any decision without consulting. He might not call a meeting, but you found him putting 5, 6 people online, trying to get their ideas. Sometimes he gets the ideas. If it is not very okay for him, he will call a general DOS meeting because he wants to get the opinion of others. That is collective leadership. And that is why you don't see problem in IPOB leadership. That is why you don't see it. Mazi, have you heard from only the time Mazi Nnamdi, those 2021, have you heard that the DOS is having any problem? Have you heard that there is anybody in the DOS who is fighting each other? No. Because everybody understands that we are operating a collective leadership.
But some people
Decisions.
see it as cabal, Mazi. But,
Mazi, it is not a cabal. it is called collective leadership. It is
yes.
not a cabal.
Now, Mazi,
It is a collective leadership.
there is a finding that I made recently as regard to the institutionalization that you've been buttressing. Because it's important that I throw this point in as well to support your notion. There is this agricultural funding disbursement by the World Bank. There is this agricultural funding. World Bank is disbursing some fund to countries, and this funding, unfortunately, along all the countries that were mentioned, the zoo does not fall within the category, but other African countries like Ghana and some other countries as well are beneficiaries of this funding. So I had to go to make further inquiry as regards to how this funding is being disbursed. It's an agricultural funding of over $168 million. When I went in to make inquiry, I now realize that this funding is not disbursed to individuals, but they are disbursed to institutions, agricultural ministries. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you find out that for you to actually deal with serious government around the world, with serious institutions around the world, just like the South African apartheid story you told, the monies that were coming from other African countries were not going to Mandela in prison. Those
Of course.
were going to the institution of the ANC to manage and handle, in regards to, because we know the kind of funding that came in all over the world to support the South African, the anti-apartheid fight.
Anti-apartheid campaign.
And
Yes.
none of those funding went to Mandela as an individual. All those funding
Exactly.
went into the ANC as an institution. So
Exactly.
it's important that we buttress, so that our people will start to understand that it's not a question of like taking power away from from a leader, but it even gives the leader more power, because when you build a strong institution, you becomes a figure within that institution that has
Exactly.
also a high level of control, but the institution stand on its own to represent the people. So that is a point I'm trying to make, that even if IPOB have to receive any kind of support, even if it has to come from IMF, they are not going to look for an individual to hand it over. They are going to look at the as that institute. And for them to take you serious, you must be able to meet that criteria of a serious, strong institution for you to be recognized. Mazi, as we are rounding up, still throw in more point if there are things you want to say.
Mazi, thank you. As we come towards the end of this program, Mazi Chike Doziem will be coming on air on 30th May for a national broadcast. The head of the directorate for this global movement will be addressing Biafrans on 30th May. Time is 7:30 p.m. Biafra time, and we expect everybody to key in on that particular date. Biafrans, I will give you people a tip how the infiltrators work. Everybody should listen very, very carefully. If you notice, anytime Mazi Chike doesn't want to come on air, or anytime he makes a national broadcast, either on the new year or a program in this nature, either before that time or immediately after the broadcast, those who want IPOB to be destroyed, who want the leadership of IPOB to be destroyed, will come up with one propaganda, one blackmail, thereby distracting people not to listen and analyze what the head of directorate will say. If you could remember in 2025, you see the remember of 2025, when IPOB Mazi Chike Doziem finished the first January broadcast, where he marshaled out the policies of IPOB, marshal out these policies. The following day, a press release came out linking IPOB leadership to a meeting and a threat against Yemi Tinubu. And that particular press release took over. Our people could not focus. It is a strategy. Don't think that those who release those things don't know what they are doing. After this broadcast, some of them will not look at the body of this broadcast. Some will come out on social media to cry. Some will come out to announce, to distract you not to reflect on this broadcast. I want everybody to be focused. Now that IPOB is institutionalizing this movement, You must follow online. You must follow how things are going. You can't be a coordinator. You might not be listening to me now, but you can't be a coordinator, especially on some instructions like this. After this broadcast, you can go through, especially if people are telling you, did you hear what Mazi CHINASA said from the DOS? There are some interesting things. I'm not telling you come and listen everything. You can take your time to listen to those things. You are a coordinator. Some of our coordinators are not behaving like coordinators. Some have been long in this movement, but they lack information. They lack, it's not that information is not there. They don't even go there. Therefore, everybody must be very focused. Allow all their blackmail and accusations. If anyone they said that have an atom of truth, I will come to clarify it. I will be coming here, but we are moving forward because they said we have been left behind. So we want to meet up. I don't know whether many of you don't understand those things. I see people coming to talk about that the DOS, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't regard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as their leader. They start to talk. And I look at those people, I say, where have these people been? Where have they been all these years? There are a lot of accusations because sometimes it's not good. You come and you neglect everything and you just walk away. I see a lot of accusations against CHINASA. There is one of our sister who used to speak on social media, one of our Lolo, is it Lolo Neka? We don't know him from Adam. I can tell you that we saw her making social media, speaking, talking about crimes in our law. Sometimes we saw her in a radio program. She's speaking when the issues. I will give her that credit because at a point she's the one that, because sometimes when IPOB is also screaming, I think she went on a grassroots investigation, came up and realized that these things they are calling these people, that these people are not really the people committing all this crime. I think that is what brought her to limelight. And along the line, because for me, CHINASA, I have seen a lot of things, so I don't jump to people. Because I believe myself. I can give you an applaud from afar, but I don't jump onto people like that. Because I have learned the bitter way. We give applaud when we said, at least there are second voices who have, vindicated what we have been saying. All of us we saw, she's the one. Before we understand, is it not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his siblings invited her? She was with them. Avid in America, they were all in a team. They were all, she came to Abuja, she was helping them to organize the project, the protest. I heard that she contributed also some t-shirts they made project to protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with Show. She's also among the people they organized traditional rulers go to Sokoto to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. CHINASA don't know her. You don't know her. Now, whatever the woman found, maybe things have gone wrong between them. She saw something that herself, because there are certain things we are seeing. Because what some of you are seeing today, we have seen it since 2021. And we kept it to ourselves. Some of the things most of you are saying today on social media, we have found many more. You people are just talking 2%, 3%. But we saw it. The leadership look at it. Those who realize some knows more than each other, we said, for the sake of our people. People have died in this struggle. There are certain things we can open our mouth and say, even if, so it is like somebody under torture. They are torturing you, you kept silent because you want to preserve the prestige, the blood of our people who have died in this struggle. You kept it to yourself, which some of them know. There are things that we came across. It's very painful, but we decided to keep it, knowing quite well that going that line will bring a very devastating effect on IPOB. But as leaders, what do we have to do? We need to manage the situation, correct any mistake, and march the struggle forward. Or when you hear maybe. Now, the woman you people are talking about now goes there. Something went wrong among them. She started talking. Now it is CHINASA Nworu. It is now CHINASA Nworu. It is now CHINASA Nworu that is sending her CHINASA Nworu this, CHINASA Nworu that. I look at them. One thing people forget to know, you can't intimidate everybody. You are working with her. They are working with her. We were not in the picture. At no time. They had a problem. Not a problem. She found out something and said, hey, something is wrong. Because there is something I will tell you that is happening in there is nothing that weakens a man when you are defending something with all your heart, your might, and you found out something that you have been lied to. It paralyzes a man. If you are a man of conscience, if you have integrity, it will paralyze you. And the worst part is when the person realizes that you realize something, you are trying to control yourself. He starts dishing out threats. If you speak, I kill you. I burn your house. I am the one holding life. The life is in my hand. He starts to threaten you when you are trying to process the shock you receive. This is what we are facing here. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama. I am, because I have to touch certain things. I have to touch certain things because a few days ago I was furious. Even people you don't know and people you know, I don't want to talk about them. Also, there is a video of a young lady. I will talk about her. There is a video of a young lady that I don't know her. I saw that video 2024. I saw that video early 2024 or 2025. 2024, yeah. Around 2024. We are in 2026. Ikechukwu Gwoha was alive. When I saw that video, I was shocked. I took that video, I sent it to Ikechukwu Ugwoha. I said, Ike, who is this young lady talking this rubbish against the leader of indigenous people of Biafra? He told me, oh, Mazi, this lady is called Mesoma. I said, Mesoma. From where? He told me he's somewhere in Aba. She belonged to a zone here in Aba. I say, call her if you have a distance. He said she don't know the particular distance. I say, call her and tell her, pull that video. Pull that video. I don't want to see that video. But you know, when they posted certain things, people will quickly download them and hide them. You know why I'm talking about it? Because that video was since 2024. And it resurfaces this period. And to my greatest disappointment, that young lady is coming to talk about CHINASA Nworu. That's why I'm saying something. When I go deep to investigate about who, let me tell you, nobody, because you know we are in a struggle. If I want to investigate you, I will you cannot stop me. because I want to know the people we are dealing with. I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know who I'm playing. I want to know who, because this is life. If you do something immediately, I want to know. Maybe you are coming to sabotage us. Maybe it is our duty. You can't stop it. This movement, the IPOB leadership, have made it as a duty. Everything must be investigated, kept in the file. Investigate me also. You have right to investigate CHINASA. Forget blackmail. I don't hide myself. I don't hide anything. Go to my village and ask them about me. I'm an upright young man. I grew up. Irrespective of challenges of life, where people don't, I grew up. I was trained, both my uncles and my parents, principled, irrespective of being rich or not rich or being anything, coming from an average. Go and ask about me. Those who are my uncle, who trained me, my parents who trained me. When I investigate that young lady, I found out that at the age of 15 or 16 years, in 2017 in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu place, in their palace, that girl was already corrupted in that palace. I shake my head. And I'm surprised that young lady is coming out to talk about CHINASA. Whoever sent her, because the rubbish they did is now in the public. They are looking who to attach. They sent her to come and lie against CHINASA. That why CHINASA don't show herself in the picture. He doesn't show himself is that if he come out and show himself, you will see two horns on his head. He's devil. Rubbish talk. That is only the blackmail you people can talk. Is that the kind of story you are telling us in this heat time? Some say that CHINASA went and slept in Atlantic Ocean for 21 days to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from office. A man who stood on truth. I have come here on several occasions and told you, my name is Mazi CHINASA. I'm a man of self-accountability and deep-rooted immorality. If you doubt me, go and ask about me.
Mazi, thank you very much. I hope that I'll be brought forward on the screen so that, yes, Mazi, we all know we've seen the propaganda flying all over social media, but it's quite unfortunate that the Biafra struggle has been reduced to superstitious belief and the religious sycophancy. But it is because the struggle was not institutionalized in the first place, despite all the rhetorics of institutionalization, because at the end of the day, you cannot place something on nothing and expect it to stand. The struggle has been placed on superstition. It has been placed on certain belief and prophetic uh, innuendos here and there, rather than coming to terms with scientific research and historical antecedents. So because from the foundation, they understand that our people are religious people. So that was why they used religion as a coat to wrap our mind around the struggle. But the moment uh, uh, this struggle is properly institutionalized, religion will be kept by the side and we would be focusing on scientific findings. Everything would be put on test and scientifically approved rather than basing our notions on religion and superstitious belief. And I think that is the best way to go, because we cannot be fighting to come out of a zoo and still end up in even a worse place than the zoo that we are running away from. So our people must come to terms with the reality. At the end of the day, you cannot run away from this reality. Mazi, I think we have to start rounding up because we spend
Ma,
a
ma,
lot
ma,
of time. Yes, if
yeah,
there is
Mazi,
points you
Mazi,
want to do.
I have a short announcement.
Okay, go
This
ahead.
announcement, yes, this announcement is for our 30th May. Some countries I may not be able to mention their names. It doesn't mean you are not hosting 30th May. But I want everybody, this is the next 1 week. If you're a coordinator, I have said it. If you people couldn't come online, but come on social media and announce the gathering to assure Biafrans that you people are organizing and you are participating in the Biafran commemoration for the Biafran Heroes Day. Countries that are announcing on air and they are inviting, if you are living in those countries, you are cordially invited. Let me re-announce that from a beginning. Russian IPOB is inviting all Biafrans, sympathizers of Biafrans, and all the Igbo communities, those who love their friends and lovers of freedom, to join them on 30th May. You can always get in touch with the Russian coordinator for those who knows. Nobody will say he doesn't know who is an IPOB member in the country of his residence. The Belgium family, the USA family, the UK family, German. The German family is also inviting everybody for their 30th May. Luxembourg, France, Denmark, Sweden, Austria, Kuwait, UAE, Israel, all these countries, South Africa, down to many countries, Ghana, all these countries, those I have mentioned their names and those I could not mention their names. Biafrans are coming out en masse. If you go to Asia, the family of Vietnam, IPOB family in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in Taiwan, in China, in Korea, in Japan, in Australia, all these places we are organizing, all our countries that are participating, and many African countries. I have said it here. If you are an IPOB member, if you know you are not part of the autopilot groups who have involved in criminality in Biafra land, involved in killing of our people, you are not invited where IPOB are gathered. I am telling you the fact. Until we get Biafra and make restitution, you people should go and do restitution. The people you have killed and shed their blood, Mande not in conspiracy, Mande not in knowing how Biafrans are being massacred for money, for power, for ransom, for greed. That is not why we are in IPOB. All these countries I mentioned are welcoming you, are inviting you to participate. And we hope on that day we will see a greater number of Biafrans participating in this special 30th May. After 30th May, it's a different ball game in this struggle. We don't need to talk. Don't expect us. We owe you nothing. We owe you no explanation. IPOB is going for total reform, institutionalize this struggle, and we will continue to teach about the need to institutionalize. We will align everybody that wants Biafra to be restored with our long-term vision, core values, and the things we want it to be in line. If not, we are going nowhere. After a decade, we have learned it the hard way. Mazi, I will stop here. May Chukwu Kikabiyama bless you. And once again, my name is Mazi CHINASA. Mazi CHINASA served the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State. And Mazi CHINASA comes from Obingwa. Obingwa is in Aba province. Ndewo no mu Chineke.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you for the time you've given to us. Thank you for the time you've spent with Biafrans all over the world. And I also want to say thank you to Biafrans to have spent this long hour with us. If you have stayed with us till this moment from the beginning, it shows that you are a hardcore. And I want to appreciate your patience and resilience. as we march towards 30th of May. We will continue to host more countries. We will be hosting also South Africa Executive here on BTV, where they will be coming to address some of the issues and also call for IPOB South Africa to be part of the celebration of the 30th of May. And I will continue to appreciate Biafrans for their collaboration and their understanding as we march forward. I want to say thank you very much once again. And we'll be coming to the end of our program today. This is BTV Live, Biafra Television Europe, and it is my pleasure to have you. My name is Ikem Patrick DK. Until I see you again, have a blessed weekend and God bless you all.